He was supposed to be the heir to Pelé, the man who would dominate world football and bring Brazil back to its former glory. But somewhere along the way, something went wrong.
Al Hilal have signed Neymar.
Neymar had the talent to be one of the greatest players of all time. So why does it feel like his career has just fallen short?
And Brazil are left heartbroken.
Today we dive into the story of football's most frustrating what if. Before Neymar became a global superstar, he was the golden boy at Santos. And it wasn't long before everyone across the globe started hearing about this Brazilian teenager who teared it up every time he stepped onto the pitch. Clips were coming out left and right, videos of Neymar making defenders look stupid and scoring some of the most outrageous goals you'll ever see. And it wasn't just the goals or assists that made Neymar special. It was the flair, the tricks, the ridiculous dribbling, just everything about him was so fun to watch. A player we hadn't seen since the likes of Ronaldinho. But with that talent comes expectations. And the hype around him was like nothing we'd ever seen before. He wasn't just a promising footballer in Brazil, he was the footballer. Brazilians named him the chosen one. They hadn't won a World Cup since 2002, and this was the man who was going to bring them back to life. Constant comparisons to Pelé, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho created a narrative that anything less than being the world's best was seen as a failure. And with all this hype around him, it was only a matter of time until one of the world's best clubs picked him up. When Barcelona came in for him, it wasn't just a step up. It was the ultimate stage, and what a show Neymar put on. Messi, Suarez and Neymar, the best attack we've possibly ever seen in the history of football. An absolutely unstoppable force, and Neymar wasn't just playing a supporting role, he was a vital piece of the puzzle. 39 goals in that 2015 season, including a goal in the Champions League final, cementing a second treble in Barcelona's history. Neymar's Barcelona years were incredible, a perfect combination of team success and individual brilliance. He was often the player who stepped up in those clutch moments. His combination of skill, flair and determination made him such a brilliant player to watch, and an absolute nightmare for defenders. However, even during his time at Barcelona, cracks were starting to form in his story. Neymar had always been vocal about wanting to step outside Messi's shadow. Despite all his contributions, the spotlight remained firmly on Messi, leaving Neymar to feel like the second act.
Now, Barcelona Football Club has given one of its star players, Neymar, permission to discuss a world record transfer deal with Paris Saint-Germain.
So, in the summer of 2017, Neymar left Barcelona to join PSG for a record-breaking €222 million, the most expensive transfer there's ever been to this day. This wasn't just a transfer, it was a statement by PSG. This was Neymar's time to step out Messi's shadow, lead his own team and cement his legacy as the world's greatest player. And PSG, with its ambitious Qatari ownership, promised Neymar the platform to do just that. And at first it seemed like the perfect matchup. Neymar lit up Liga 1. He was scoring goals and producing moments of magic that left fans in awe. In his debut season he scored 28 goals and got 16 assists in just 30 games. Just an absolutely ridiculous level of output. But all honeymoons must come to an end. For all Neymar's brilliance, he could not achieve the things he wanted to do at PSG. Injuries had been a constant theme, leaving him out of some of the biggest games. Neymar actually missed over 100 matches due to injury. And we need to talk about the Champions League, PSG's ultimate goal and Neymar's ticket to a Ballon d'Or. In 2020, they came agonisingly close. They reached the final to face Bayern Munich, just losing out on a 1-0 defeat.
Bayern Munich are crowned kings of Europe.
Neymar, despite his best efforts, could not deliver that one trophy that PSG has spent billions to win. And on top of that, his time in Paris had been marked by many controversies, on and off the pitch, with clashes with teammates and rumours of him actually wanting to go back to Barcelona. And let's not forget the constant criticism of Liga 1's competitiveness. While Neymar did dominate the league, many questioned if that was enough of a challenge for him if he wanted to reach the level of the likes of Ronaldo and Messi. When Neymar made that record-breaking move to PSG, it felt like the start of something incredible. But in hindsight, it feels like the moment his career stopped climbing and started declining. Yes, his time at PSG had given us glimpses of brilliance, but has it really given us greatness? And with Brazil, it's a similar story.
FIFA's World Cup 2014 to the country Brazil.
Finally, the World Cup was back in Brazil. This was their best chance of bringing the trophy back since that time in 2002. But instead, the tournament ended in tragedy, and not just for Neymar, but for the entire nation. Another injury for Neymar and a knockout game against Germany to come.
William Height on it, it's gone through. Germany score! To the second for Germany. Brazil in real trouble. They're in dire trouble now. They have a World Cup record. Khedira, Özil, they're queuing up. They're all going to score at this rate. So they might have number 7 here now. They have got 7. It's hammered in.
That 7-1 loss became a wound that is still yet to heal, and a result that will never be forgotten. But a chance of redemption came in Russia at the 2018 World Cup. Neymar's chance to put things right. And of course, he entered the tournament as Brazil's star player like usual. He scored 2 goals and led Brazil to a quarter-final against Belgium.
Welcome to Kazan for what is going to be some game. Flicked on the near post and they have the lead! Vincent Kompany and Brazil concede first. De Bruyne, 2-0! Belgium! What is going on here? Played in and now they do get a goal. Rene Augusto. And a great save from Courtois to deny Neymar. They are knocked out. The favourites have gone.
The loss to Belgium, a team many considered beatable, was seen as another wasted opportunity. And it was Neymar's antics that were making headlines more than his football. But there was still one last opportunity.
The 2022 FIFA World Cup is Qatar.
And it was seriously a rocky start. A good 2-0 win against Serbia in their opening game, but Neymar suffered a swollen ankle after being fouled 9 times, forcing him to miss the next 2 group stage matches. Images of him crying on a bench spread globally, and fans feared he might miss the entire tournament. Another potential disaster for Brazil. But thankfully for Neymar and all the Brazilians, he managed to return into that knockout game against South Korea. And what a return it was. Neymar was brilliant. Brazil scored 4 goals in the first half, and his creativity and flair was on full display. Next up was Croatia and another quarter-final. They desperately didn't want another repeat of Belgium, and Neymar played his heart out. However, Croatia equalised late in the second half, forcing the match into a penalty shootout. And Neymar, Brazil's best penalty taker, was controversially held back to be Brazil's 5th penalty taker. A decision that completely backfired. Brazil lost the shootout before Neymar even got a chance to step up. It was more heartbreak for Neymar, and he hinted in post-match interviews that this might be his last ever World Cup. Now, as we all know, Neymar's time in Europe has come to an end, but there is no denying Neymar's talent. At his peak, he's unplayable, an absolute magician on the ball, capable of moments that will leave the best defenders absolutely helpless. However, talent alone does not define greatness. It's all about how that talent has been applied. And Neymar's career has often left fans wondering what could have been. But is it fair to call Neymar an underachiever? He was kicked about constantly in his career, and you really can't blame him for all those injuries. The weight of expectation placed on his shoulders by Brazil and all these clubs has just been absolutely mental. In an era dominated by Messi and Ronaldo, could anyone realistically live up to all that hype? Anyway, if you made it this far to the end of the video, please let me know your thoughts on Neymar. Do you think he underachieved, or do you think he did everything he could?